That clock's slow.
It's
Yeah,
slow.
I thought that is slow.
Very slow.
Yeah, it's 3:28.
I was like,
So I'm going to call this meeting to order. The first thing we do now is the Pledge of Allegiance.
Awesome. Very nice.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
I love
Is that good?
it. I haven't done that in a while, and I love it.
Oh, and you remembered it too.
Heck yeah.
One of those things is just in our
Well, you know what it is? What about folding the flag? Most people don't know how to fold the flag. Because when you fold it, it's a 1
Is
inch
that one up there?
fold
Up there?
with no, right, with no field, as they call it, no field showing, no red and white showing.
Okay, John, let's start off with the Selectmen's regular meeting and budget hearing number 2. Did you get a chance to read them over?
Yep.
And okay?
Yep.
All right, so I'll make a motion that we approve the Selectmen's regular meeting and the budget hearing number 2 of February 7th.
I'll make that motion, I'll second it.
Okay.
You'll make the motion, I'll second
And one other thing, we'll just put all these things and I'll get into this. There was a non-public session we had on February 8th, and those were sealed, meaning we want to make a motion to seal those minutes.
it. I'll make a motion to seal those minutes.
I'll second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. So we'll just sign this stuff here. We weren't quite as formal as this, do you remember? When we were,
Right.
when we were on the road together.
Hey,
It was totally different.
yeah, stuff changes.
All right.
And then it depends which side of the table you're on,
Yeah.
right?
Oh,
What's formal.
yeah. Well, you're up now. We want to, you sent us a notice, something, there was a problem with the water, and
Yeah.
we asked you to come and maybe to explain it so people could allay some fears.
Right, because it's now been repeated. So we're talking about disinfection byproducts, okay? So I guess I'll just try to, without getting in too depth, give an explanation of what that means. So if you have a surface water system, that you're taking water in from the surface, which we're taking the water in from the Ellis River, and you're chlorinating that water. When you do, you get byproducts. And if you, depending on total organic carbon is, the leaves are decaying and all that adds up to total organic carbon. When that combines with chlorine, it creates disinfection byproducts, DBPs we call them, as we talk on. And so in the early 2000s, the EPA came out with guidance on what those DBP numbers could be. And we never violated DBPs. We built that plant in '01, never violated until 2018. 2018, if you guys remember the storm with no name, October 2018, that was the first time we violated. So since then, looking at my notes, and I'll probably just leave this with you guys just for the heck of it, this spreadsheet, but we violated, I think, 6 times since 2018. And why it is because when we had that wicked bad flood in 18, it changed the waterways and it created more runoff. And it's like now the water runs off, my observation is now the water runs off higher turbidity. Like it used to be, you'd get high water for 7 days, 8 days, 9 days, and it would start clearing up and it would start blowing down. Now it's more like you get high water for 2 or 3 days and the water is wicked dirty and it stays dirty for a couple of weeks. So that's my observation. That basically, so what we're doing about it is in 2019, Wright Pierce, who's the engineer who designed that plant, we brought them in and we looked at a study to reduce oxidize the water to try to take some of the TOCs out, and we decided we didn't like that. So then in 2000, we hired this other company, Blue Leaf, who they're like a small group of scientists that they're very niche, and that's what they do. So pretty much, we brought them in 2000, and we implemented that, and then we brought them back in 01 or 2001, because they did like an evaluation, and then they did what they call a pilot study. Oh, what did I say?
2000.
Yeah, I'm sorry, 2021, I'm sorry. So they do like a scale pilot study. They take the same media that we have in our big vessels that moves at 160 gallons a minute, and they downsize it by 100 sizes and go, 1.6, and so they duplicate what we're doing. And so we did that study, and then we implemented the system in October 22. And within about a week and a half, we got color complaints from,
Water.
and at Thornhill, it was just color because of the hot tubs, and it's like, so we shut the whole system off, went back to what we were doing, and then we just had them there last week. And we did another study, and we went back online last Thursday. So pretty much February 2nd, 3-4 weeks ago, we did our sample. We were way under, we're looking great. The notice that you guys got was for fourth quarter 2022. Since then, 3 weeks ago, we've sampled and we've come out way under the wire. We're doing really good. We put the system back online last week. So, like I said, when we put the system on last time, it was like a week and a half. We ended up with color complaints. And it just went by us, because we're testing for that stuff.
Sure.
But we have this accumulation when it gets up to the tank on switchback and, the water mains, and it's like, it is what it is. We got the complaints we got. So now we went back online live, like I said, last Thursday, and after another intense 1 week study with them, and we're hoping we're golden. We're hoping. But any questions you guys have, because I'm not trying, I don't want to sit here and take up 20 minutes of time with gobble that you guys don't even guess.
So with the system you have in place, can it happen again?
Yes, yep. It's all about the total organic carbons. And so
Mixing with the chlorine.
when April comes, yes, because when April, so like right now, picture the rivers are frozen over, there's no turbidity, there's no action going on, and so there's no TOCs, total organic carbon, for the chlorine to mix with.
Okay.
So the key is, if we keep our TOCs below 2.0, then we're golden. But when it comes April and the TOCs are 4.3, then the challenge comes in. But that's where this new system comes in, that we used to use what they use like an inert polymer. A polymer is just a chemical that when you mix with the water, it creates like all the solids in the water, they clump together,
Precipitate out of it.
and then they can filter out. But the polymer we were using, they said doesn't work very well. And so the new polymer they gave us is this, what they call ferric sulfate. So ferric sulfate is more like a molecular level, that, you have electrons that are,
Attracting.
the math teacher, I forget how to math teacher. But that you're dealing with positive and negative electrons. Well, this ferric sulfate with that particular water creates a situation that all the solids that are coming out of the river want to clump together with this ferric sulfate. So it becomes, they're telling us we're gonna get 85% removal. It's like, well, we don't need 85% removal, all we need is like, 30% removal. But it's like, you can't like half dose it.
Right.
You gotta like dose it, so it's like, because if you half dose it, you can have breakthrough, because it only half clumps together, if you have breakthrough. So, if that answers the question, that's.
So we're fine now, but you can anticipate that because when the rivers defrost and the water starts moving, there's all that carbon and leaves and all this other
Yeah.
stuff, that you're liable to see the levels go up.
Right.
But you have a system in place that you can deal with those higher levels and bring them down to where they're supposed to be.
Yeah, what we
That's what you're
have.
hoping.
What we have is, we sampled in February, so we'll sample again in May. First week in May,
Sure.
we'll sample, and I would just hope that between now and then, our system is just optimized. And then that'll be the first challenge, that'll be, the first spring runoff,
Everybody's been working hard on trying to figure out what's happening, especially Scott and his guys, but we're working really hard on every organization we deal with, EPA, everybody's happy that we're taking a proactive stance, so we feel we're moving in the right direction.
Do you draw water all the time from the river? Is it
Yeah.
constantly?
Not constantly, probably, like right now, we're moving probably 70,000 gallons a day out to the users. In the summer, we'll do 110,000. So that means the raw water pumps run between 3 to 6 hours a day. Yeah.
My opinion is, I just think in 2018, the course of the river changed and got into different soils that it didn't get into before, which may have caused, I'm just speaking out, I don't even know if I'm making sense, but it just seems like it
Yeah,
got into different soils.
I think so, Kevin,
Yeah.
that it's open channels that more organics are getting, and it is what it is.
So when you.
And do you know Kevin?
Yeah.
Kevin Pratt is
He's
my
refrigerator.
commissioner. Well, he's my commissioner.
Yeah.
But-
So you get
I wasn't
elevated, if you get elevated levels, and you're kind of anticipating it,
Yeah.
then you'll treat it best way you can. How long does it take to sort of get those levels down when you do these tests? I'm just kind of curious.
It's like, a 4-day time frame. That it's like from the time we pump from the filter plant
Mhm.
to a 250,000 gallon storage on Switchback, we have that much water turnover,
Right.
Yeah.
Do you have to let the users know? Do you let the users know immediately when you see these levels? And should they know right off, or is there a danger to them, at least
Yeah.
in that short period of time? How does
It
that-
isn't, it's a,
That's important, that there
It's
is
a-
no danger really, even.
well, it is, have you seen that, Frank? It is more of a chronic, gee, if you drink this water for a long, long time, you could increase your susceptibility to
Right.
cancer.
Right.
Yeah, so, which you probably already saw.
But you guys, no, I haven't seen this, but you guys are dealing with this as quickly as you can, so it's not gonna get to where they're gonna be drinking it for years. I mean, this is like
Right.
a matter of
That's
days.
right, that's
That
right.
you do it, and
It's a
and
big,
it's weird, because it's just natural occurring stuff in the river, and
Yeah.
chlorine that we always use to purify and do whatever,
right,
and that combo
right.
creates the problem.
Right. For us, it's a huge process change. It's not like this little simple thing that, oh, we're gonna start dumping this into the day tank instead of that.
Yeah.
We had to put in like this, not to talk dollars, it doesn't matter. But we've spent almost 50 grand on this thing in the last 3 years because we had to totally change our process. Because now that we're doing ferric sulfate, okay, you're injecting that and it's creating a pH of like 5.4. And then we immediately have to adjust that with soda ash or baking soda or whatever to bring it back up closer to neutral. And it's like, and we have to go in, so we have these target numbers that it's like, it just made our job, we're gonna spend another 45 minutes every day because of this. you know, but this is what we have to do, this is where we're at. So we've been really diligent on it, it's been hard for us to get here, but like I said, it's not a simple process change. And I will tell you that New Hampshire DES is very happy with how we're dealing with it, they totally get it. But it's like every time we have to send out this notice, because basically how it works is the DVPs, we have to quarterly sample and report. And that sample is based on what they call running annual average. So we have to average what we just took for a sample and the previous 3 months. Create an average, and it's like, that's what we're reporting for.
Right.
And it's like, so to answer your question, Frank, no, we don't immediately, gee, everybody, no, it's like a lag time of a month and a half. All we do is comply with what we're supposed to comply with. To say if we should do more, I think it would just create,
Anguish.
you know, headaches.
Sure.
I really do,
But
for
we
all
can-
of us.
But we can assure people that are drinking that water, that it's
Yeah.
okay to drink that water.
Yeah.
That's the big point,
Yeah.
that's why we wanted you here, to
And I
save
get
some
that.
money, so,
I get that.
just so people, because this is all being filmed, and people will be able to see it and get out and be in the minutes. So
Yeah.
people understand,
Yeah.
yes, they're working on a system, and we know how to make it better,
Yep,
and we'll be all right.
and it's just, it's not a simple fix, it's been a
No.
process.
Yeah.
And so, 3 pilot studies later, and also I'd add that, New Hampshire DES is very happy with how we're handling it. They're not about,
Right.
gee, you guys are, no,
Good.
that's why we just received a lot of grant money, out of the ARPA funds, and a lot of that is going to help us with that.
Good.
So they've been really supportive, and I think that matters.
Yeah.
To people, to all of us,
Sure it does.
that it's like if the regulators are happy with what we're doing,
Yeah.
so.
Sounds good to me.
Appreciate the update.
Yeah, thanks
Yeah.
for giving us an update, because I think this is, some people were concerned, wanted to know how the system works, and I think we got a pretty good idea.
And I get it, and I don't blame them.
Yeah.
Because again,
Well, you sent us a
we feel like
warning.
every time we have to send that notice out, it's like a black eye.
Those are, yeah.
It's like awful, but we hit the numbers we hit, which again, if you guys look at that spreadsheet, and you'll see, the magic numbers, 60 part per million,
Right.
and we're hitting like 60.2, 61.2, which is barely, but we're over. You're over, you're gonna do notice.
Yeah.
So.
Well, keeping the system honest. That's what you gotta do.
Oh, for sure,
That's good.
yeah, for sure.
All right.
All right,
Thanks, guys. Thank you.
it's pretty easy,
Give us- Yeah,
appreciate it.
yeah.
Thank you.
Good to see you back here. This is the same old desk, so.
Oh, man.
I recognize that chair, man.
Hi, how are you?
All right, thank you.
Take
Appreciate
it
it.
easy, Scott. See you.
Call if you have any particulars or anything, give me a call.
Check-
All right.
Check my water.
Yeah, I don't know about you.
Yeah.
You're probably
Check it
high,
out.
you're probably high in arsenic.
Fluoride. Fluoride, actually.
No, in that neighborhood, arsenic.
I've got checked, it was fluoride.
Yeah, or, pretty tough.
They said you don't have to use fluoride toothpaste.
Yeah, but fluoride is really easy for,
That's
you
it.
can do whole house fluoride, really easy.
I've got a fluoride smile.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah.
No, I got a ball. Well, she knows that she's next.
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to be talking about the grant agreement, local hazard mitigation plan update. Emily, you're going to give us the reason why we want to approve this.
So Jackson was one of many towns that were eligible to receive a BRIC grant. That's the fiscal year 21 Building Resilient Infrastructure and Communities grant through the Department of Homeland Security and Emergency Management. Having just about finished the emergency operations plan process, I thought, oh my gosh. We'd have to do hazard mitigation plan as well, but we are due, 5 years ago, 2019 was when we did the last one. So I filed the paperwork to take advantage of this opportunity for the grant funding, and we have to file the agreement to actually have the formal, I mean, we've been awarded the grant, but to make it official. One of the things I've asked, because the period of performance extends till August 2025, I've been in touch with June Garno and the folks at MAPS about beginning the process in April of 2024. So what has to happen at this meeting is your signatures, the majority of you all, 2 of the 3 of you, on every page where those little sticky notes are.
Right, now
So
3 of us have to sign that, right?
it's just the
Or 2,
majority.
whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, we got that, okay.
Yeah,
All right, but there's a motion we have to make at the beginning and have to read that emotion.
exactly, and that's really important. Yeah, so the state is responsible for 25% of the amount, and just like with the emergency operations plan, that match of $2,500 can be met with the attendance of town staff at those different meetings. And that's something that MAPS will be, as the organization that's facilitating the process, they'll be keeping tabs on all of that, just as in the EOP. And it's great to be able to get onto their schedule now. We'll be scheduling the actual dates probably not until the fall. So again, this is about a year from now. But to get into the lineup, especially with their schedule, and probably one of the last plans that June Garno will be helping us out with. She's about to be retiring. But her son Olin, who we work with EOP, will be with us. So yeah, are there any other questions? They've, I just speak to MAPS again, they are in touch with me every year. I have to do an update of the HMP in terms of what progress we've made towards different action items and everything, so.
So the motion that we're gonna make here has to do with the select board in a majority vote accepted the terms of the hazard mitigation grant program as presented in the amount of $7,500 for updating the local hazard mitigation plan. Furthermore, the board acknowledges that the total cost of this project will be $10,000, in which the town will be responsible for a match 25% or $2,500. All right, so entertain a motion.
I'll make that motion.
And I'll second it. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye,
Okay, I think that's everything they wanted you to do.
aye. That's what they wanted.
Yeah.
You see, they marked this up for me pretty much.
Oh, yeah, no, we got to get.
Yeah, that's to be written.
Yeah.
So then,
So that's
we got a lot of
the minutes.
signatures.
But I think you have to sign and initial, there's a place to initial at the bottom of the page.
Exactly.
Right, so where it says here, title, name and title of recipient, signature 2, you want a signature on that? I mean, there's a lot of,
I don't know.
yeah, I'm not sure who that is.
So that's,
So that's you guys.
that's you. Sign blocks.
So, I see here, right, sign,
I think you
You
need
do
to.
like this. Block 1311. So the signature,
right here,
yeah, so your signature,
yeah.
and then your name and the title. So print your name.
Oh, yeah, name
And
and
then
title
your
right here.
title.
And this
Well-
one, this one or this one?
To correspond,
Correspond across here.
yeah, across.
Okay.
And then
Keep it
John will
away.
do his.
And then signature, you said, right?
Well,
I mean, print
Print
my
your
name,
name.
yeah.
and then your select board.
And what about
And
down
then
here? What's
every,
initials
so initials
for
every
each
page.
one of us, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I'll submit this to them and they'll be confirming that everything is in place. Just have to get the minutes from the meeting as well.
Mhm.
They may have to wait for those, since there's no meeting in March.
Right, and so what I'm gonna do, I'm going to, just let HSEM know that,
Okay.
really, it's kind of related to town meeting challenges and stuff. So I'll see what they say on
All right.
that.
Anything else? You?
No, that's it.
Until the next time.
Until the next time. Yeah.
And don't
Did you
forget
have
your
to sign
copy.
that first page, or was there signatures on each page?
It's the initials on
The
every
initials on all
page.
the other.
Okay.
That's one.
Gotcha.
You got, and I'm not gonna leave yet
So
until.
typical.
Yeah, check it.
Yeah, don't. That's right. There you go. I am notorious for that.
Yeah, well, me too, so.
All right,
Okay,
check her Rooney.
thank
Check
you.
it. Then we gotta. Oh, you gonna take that with you?
She's gonna check it, make sure.
All right,
Yeah,
you're just gonna check it. I'm gonna put it on there.
Oh, well, actually,
You
then
want it.
I gotta scan it and send it in and
All
bring a copy back, yeah,
Okay.
so.
All right. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Emily.
Yep.
All right. This is something Julie's gonna give on the transfer station non-resident haulers permit. I guess Bartlett has a form that they use to allow for outside haulers to use, and we're gonna adopt that. That's the
Yeah.
idea.
Well, we have a hauler's permit for like construction workers that are doing, have building permits open here in town, but this is for a woman who, she lives in Center County, but she has a new business where she's picking up people's trash and going to be, dumping it at the transfer station for Jackson residents, so.
How do we know that?
Well,
How do we know?
what Bartlett is asking from her, because she also has Bartlett residents, is they want a list of all the residents that
I
she's
see it.
collecting trash from.
Right.
And then they would give her a hauler's permit for a year. So it would be a yearly thing that she
Sure.
would have to renew.
And the question here is, does Jackson want to do the same as Bartlett, and that is to know all the haulers? I don't see why that isn't.
Yeah.
My question, are they recycling?
Yes, they are recycling.
I haven't seen too many haulers recycle. They might be working up there.
Well, but don't they have to? I
There's
mean,
most, I don't say they do.
okay.
That's the one that I'm concerned with this, that everything gets thrown, when they're cleaning the houses, everybody just throws everything in one bag. And it gets dumped in that hopper, and it shouldn't be. I've seen that happen with a lot of haulers in the past.
So I don't see anything here for us to sign on this,
No, there's
but
nothing
we
to
do have to
sign.
make a
It's-
motion to adopt this, right?
It's, what do you guys want to do?
Well, I
Do you
think-
want to allow this? And if so, then we would need to create a certificate, a hauler certificate, somewhat similar to Bartlett's.
What do you think, John?
What do
Does
you
Bartlett
want?
charge a fee for it?
Not that I know of. I don't think so. Do they charge, do you know?
I don't think so, no. I mean, we
Yeah, I'm just worried about the recycling aspect of it, you know. If somebody's doing this commercially, making a business out of it and adding to our pile, if you will, and not doing it properly, I think there should be a fee of sort associated with it. Personally, I don't want to encourage,
Right, but John brings
more of these haulers coming in and using our facility as a drop-off pit.
Right, and you just, we should have a guarantee that they are gonna be recycled.
Right, it would be, maybe we have something on the actual permit that they're signing off on. And then something that says if they get caught,
Right?
you
So is
know,
it
if they get a violation, then it should be taken away.
do you think it's premature of us to make a motion on this, to accept to do this? Because there are a few things that we don't know right now, like, are they recycling, which is a good
I
question.
think that's what you guys need to decide what you want to,
What do you think?
what do you want to
I
do?
want to, I think, go ahead.
Yeah.
Sure, your final meeting here. Yeah.
I want to be a stick in the mud, right?
What do you
One
want?
time. No, I don't, for me, I'm not gonna be gone, but I mean, in terms of, writing up a proper, I wouldn't say proper, but more specific about, fees if you get caught or, not fees, but, being kicked out if you don't follow the rules, that type of thing. I think that's one thing that, we've had problems with in the past, is people just not recycling out there.
It does say here, any items which a fee is required must be paid for at the time of dumping. There is no bill you're charging. check should be made payable to Barbara Jackson Hampton. So, again,
That's up, up to you guys.
what do you think, Julie? I mean, in the big scheme of things, we wanted, because he brought up a really good important point.
Mhm.
You know, we want to make sure that happens, but we also understand that this person wants to get going and,
Yeah.
service whoever she
Yeah,
wants to.
she has, right now, there's 2 residents that wanna hire her company to do this.
Well, maybe what we could do is make a motion to do this and an addendum to it to say,
Sure.
we have these concerns
Yeah.
and make sure that they're taken care of.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll have no problems.
Okay.
All right?
I make a motion to accept the certificate there for non-resident hauler permit with possibility of making corrections to later date.
All right. And I will second that. All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay. All right. All right, you got our assessing services agreement from Jason, and what is the name of their company exactly? Oh, Northtown Associates. They've been, at least since 2003, the last time I was on the board, when I left, they were doing it. It was the Father Malcolm, and now it's Jason. They've been trustworthy, good, and they do a good job of assessing in our town, I think. And that's been your experience, Julie and John? I think, we, and the contract is basically the same. The only thing that's different is that they're gonna be charging a minimum of $500 per day if they have to go to court or the Board of Land and Tax Appeals. Depends on if someone is questioning what their valuation is. It might happen once or twice a year. It doesn't happen very often when he has to go to court or do something, but he's charging a $500 fee. So that's a little bit different, but overall, and as I say, these guys have been with us forever. At least since 2003, and I think it was 5 or 6 years even before then, and they've done well by our town. So I think I'll make a motion to approve our 2023 assessing services with Northtown Associates.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Let's sign this up in here. Yep. There's all those. All right, we have a current use application for map, name's Gardner, and map R17 lot 20B. And our assessors, our Northtown Associates, are saying to deny it. Apparently, they want more than what we have. They need more information so that we're not able to put our signatures on this just yet. So what will we do? Is this gonna be sent back to them? We're gonna get more information on this, Julie?
Yeah, the letter is there, and it's asking them to provide more information, a better detailed map.
Right?
I don't know if you want to read part of the letter. I don't have a copy of the letter in front of me.
Okay, all right, yeah, let me,
Where's it located?
What's that?
Where's it located, R17 lot?
Does it say on there?
Chesley Farm Road.
Chesley Farm, yeah.
Right, this is what it says though. My recommendation to the town is to deny the application due to an inadequate sketch, and it is unclear whether 10AC actually qualifies for current use. You can send them a link to the current use booklets as part of the letter. It has a good example map and explains everything regarding current use. All right. So we're going to deny this, right?
Mhm.
And so, you gonna make a second on that?
I'm gonna make a second on that.
And all those in favor? Deny? Right. So, you guys. Alright. So we have another one that we are going to accept. And it's a land use change for R15002-2 and R30-003. We'll accept this. They're pulling some land out of current use, and there will be, I don't know, we call it a fine, but assessed at 10% based on true value of the land as of today. And again, our assessors say, yeah, this is fine. They did everything they were supposed to do. So
I'll make a motion to accept the land change of use tax at
Yeah.
R15 R30-002-2 and R30-003.
Okay. I'll second it. All those in favor?
Aye.
So let me see how many things we're gonna sign here. Okay, we got this up here. And then we got. This is just.
10.3 acres.
Sorry, I'm in the wrong place. Of course. It was going along pretty good here, but she's not here, so I'll just do it now. 228. Okay, done. So do I hold it?
10 acres. 10 acres. There's a huge house on it. If you read this, so that from where they came in the house and. Yeah.
Okay, so,
This one.
did I miss it? Of course.
It's sketchy, I mean, too.
All right. Safety Committee, approval for additional porta potty. Okay. Now, I was talking to our administrator earlier, and we're still kind of talking about where in the build it, we want to do it, but there may be just a few questions left. So I think,
Yeah, was it gonna be by the historical
well, you see what I mean? So right
Yeah.
off.
Has anyone talked to them?
Yeah,
No, yeah, right.
we're gonna put it right behind the gazebo.
Right there.
Yeah,
Put it right
people
there.
doing their
It's
weddings.
perfect in a wedding.
Yeah, so I think, well, talk about porta potties. You know,
Oh,
we do have some around, and some are seasonal, and some not, you know.
Yeah,
But I think that we just maybe have to flesh this one out a little bit or something, this is to.
Flesh it out?
So, we're not
Flesh.
opposed to it, but we just, maybe we need more information,
It's a horrible spot.
you know, and we don't know
Yeah.
the spot, where is a good spot. But I mean, you want it to be in a place where people will have access to it, we have a lot of people in town, right?
What happened down here?
Well, we have that, but that's,
Oh, they
when you
want
have
to-
something up in the center of the city,
see,
so.
they're going into the businesses at the marketplace asking for restrooms, a
They should
bathroom.
supply one.
Right.
They should put one in their building or something.
So, I mean, I hate to make a motion to deny it or to accept it, so can we just put it,
Oh, yeah.
Can we
Yeah,
just call it
yeah.
table, so why don't
Yeah.
we table this one,
Yeah.
okay? Until we
Yeah.
figure out.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Controversy.
gonna happen. So, you said it was over the marketplace if they're having a problem?
Yeah,
Put it right next to them.
Yeah.
They're the ones that love it.
Okay,
yeah, they get, the puzzle place gets people coming in constantly, I guess, asking this.
Yeah.
okay, we have our annual updated or investment policy. Again, our administrative assistant and administrator. So tell us that this is exactly what we do all the time. This is sort of like something we do. All right, it's not a problem. So I think I'll entertain a motion to
FYI.
approve our annual update of investment policy.
We need a motion, just a,
I think it's just an FYI, I don't know.
Oh, there's a signature.
Did
Oh, it
you-
is? Oh.
Did she put a note on there for you? 'Cause I wasn't.
Yeah,
if
she
it's a
said-
signature,
she
if
said
it's a
make a-
signature, we probably have.
She said to make a motion.
All right, I'll make a motion
Okay.
to accept the annual update of our investment policy.
And I will second that. We know we're all in favor.
Oh,
Okay.
aye,
Aye, aye.
aye, aye.
Hey, good. All right. Ooh, board appointments. Okay,
No changes, by the way, from the previous year, so.
okay.
Investment policy.
Okay, so we
Board
want to
appointments.
make a, let's see, let's just say let's just say with the people who are going to make a motion to appoint the following board members. Ben Halcyon, is that how you say his name?
Yeah, you read,
3-year term.
yeah, you guys received letters from them,
Yeah.
they're interested in upping their terms.
Well, that's terrific. 3-year term for the Conservation Commission. Pam Smiley, 3-year term for the Conservation Commission. And Mike DeFillo, 3-year term for the Conservation Commission. And on the Planning Board, Scott Badger, wants a 3-year term, again, and Sarah Kimball, a 3-year term. And for the planning board alternate, we have James Wasco. Okay, now, should I read these others because there are some openings here? Is that what?
Those are openings that, yeah.
We have an opening for the zoning board of adjustment, a 3-year term. We actually have 2 on the zoning board of adjustment for 3-year term. So if anybody's watching this, warm bodies are always needed. Library alternative trustee for 1 year, and library alternative trustee for 1 year. Again, it's recommended by the library trustees. And then open alternative positions for the planning board, 2 vacant alternative positions. 1 is 3 years and 1 is for 1 year. And for the zoning board of adjustment, there are 3 vacant alternative positions. 1 3-year term, 1 2-year term, 1 1-year term. All right. So, but for the folks that have been on there before and want in again, Ben Halcyon, Pam Smiley, Paul DeFillo, Scott Badges, Sarah Kimball, James Wasco. I make a motion to reappoint the following board members.
I will second.
Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay. All right. Two more, Julie.
I'm counting.
I know. And the mathematician, he'll catch me too.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. And again, talking about a capital improvement plan, our administrator, Julie Atwell, recommends that we do approve this motion. Bill Terry feels pretty serious about it. And what it does is authorize the planning board to conduct a capital improvement plan. And I don't see any reason why we can't get this moving right off. So I'll make a motion that we, unless any discussion, anything about that, okay. So I'll make a motion that we accept the capital improvement plan.
I will second.
Well, you're making a motion to give the planning
To
board
allow the planning
approval.
board to
Approve.
update to update.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, yeah, okay.
I will second.
All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
There we go. All right. Got the agenda. I lost my agenda.
No.
Yeah. Okay. All right, so now, short-term rentals. We have our owner Leo, 31D Wentworth Hall, map VO2 lot 10-4. It's okay to approve, so we should approve it. It's a
I'll
short-term.
make a motion to approve Leo, 31D Wentworth Hall Avenue, maps VO2 lot 10-4.
I second it. All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Also, the pending, but no, the owner for Wojcik, 45 Wildflower Lane, denial was denied. Now, Kevin, you went to look at it, they've taken care of things, so it's okay to approve. So, you want to make a motion on that?
I will make a motion to approve Wojcik at 45 Wildflower Lane.
Okay, all right. And we have one other one now. This gets a little tricky. The owner Holcomb 12 Middle Mountain Trail violation notice. We sent her a violation notice because she had too many bedrooms on her advertising. And apparently she took care of some of them, but some haven't been taken care of. In terms of changing the bedroom numbers from 4 to 3. I think you said one was found on Expedia, and then maybe another
Her,
site.
the Expedia list
So
still has
she
4
did, I
bedrooms.
don't know, maybe she's not aware or not, because we did give her the warning. She did wrote back, she said she did change the ones that she thought needed to be changed. And maybe she didn't know there was others. So what we're gonna do is, we'll get in touch with her and just remind her, you know, you left a couple out. You made the effort to try and do this right, but you left maybe one or two others out, so you have to fix that. And we will be following up within several days to make sure that is done.
Doesn't, she'll need to remove the beds in one of those bedrooms,
Oh, yeah,
correct?
Yeah,
So she'll need to do that, and then you'll need to inspect it.
yeah, I'd be more than that.
Like you did that with another
Yeah.
one.
So we'll get her to change that advertisement, to get it right. She did some of it, not
Yeah.
all of it, okay? And we'll go from there. So, this is nothing to say on that. Okay, we have some building and driveway permits. They've all been approved. Do you want me to read all of these out? No, I don't have to do that, okay. And approved driveway permits, not, then we have upcoming meetings, town meeting, believe it or not, Tuesday, March 14th.
No,
No.
election day.
Oh, that's election day, I'm sorry, that's right. Election day, 8 AM to 7 PM at Whitney Community Center, and then town meeting, Thursday, March 16th, 7 PM at Whitney Community Center. We had some meetings, we had a meeting scheduled for Tuesday, March 28th, but a couple of us aren't gonna be here, and I spoke to Julie, our administrator, about it, and she said, we'll put it on there, but then we're gonna cancel it. So that meeting has actually been canceled, all right? Then there's a, you won't be there. So there's a meeting again, Tuesday, April 11th, 3:30, and another selectmen's meeting Tuesday, April 25th at 3:30, okay? Is there any public comment?
Just one for me.
I was gonna make it. Go ahead.
I just wish to thank everybody for giving me the opportunity to be a selectman for 12 years. It's been a lot of fun. It isn't as bad as people think it is. Don't get people calling all hours of the night, as I was told the first day.
Yeah. Well, the most thankless job in town.
Yeah,
I heard that
it
was-
is. It's a great job, it really is. And I hope other people step up and do some of those other openings that are available. I learned a lot. I know I was pretty much a seat filler here, but, that's the way it goes. And
Well, you've
I
been
do
waiting.
appreciate it, and I appreciate everybody in town, Julie's, Gary and Jay and everybody in town, and, too numerous to mention actually, but, Kevin's been great, everybody. It really was quite an education for me. And I will accept my retirement again.
So just a reminder, and I wanted to say it's been great to have you here. I mean, you've been here for 12 years. That's a lot of years, a lot of meetings. I think the proof is in the pudding about the way our town looks, our tax rate and everything, that we've done well by having John on the board. So again, thank you, John.
Try to add a little.
Really appreciate it. Yeah, well, you're the wise guy.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
accept that.
I'm the brat.
All right. So I'm gonna make a motion.
Any other
Thank you, John.
Thank
you, John.
I'm gonna make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I will second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.